Did it all.
Somebody take a screenshot of that spaghetti.
This is my normal face.
I'm even giving you a chance to do it.
Make that an emoji. Minus.
I want everybody. Let's see. So I've got speak, Justin. Speak, everybody. I just want to make sure everybody's.
Hello. This is a story all about how I made it to the mall in outside town. Like, man, just sit right there. I'll tell you what I bought at Hot Topic last Wednesday.
You're gonna lose yourself to the music the moment you own it. You better never let it go. Only get one shot. Do not miss a chance to blow, cause opportunity comes once in a lifetime, yo.
If you didn't know, Justin is a world-renowned rapper from 9 Mile.
9 Mile.
Oh God,
That's the Totodile.
That's the sequel, coming soon. Crash Pit near you.
Steve, look at Chikorita's neck and look at how they made it like citrus on the inside. I love that.
Oh, that's cool.
Isn't Chikorita kind of Italian soup?
Yes. No. Maybe. I don't know. Could you repeat
your mom
the
is
question?
an Italian soup.
We did it, kids. We're live. We're ready. Steve, do you need us to give you a moment?
No, go ahead.
We're live. We're high. Get used to it.
Mm-hmm. All day, kids.
That's mostly a joke. But
Why is Steve a frog?
why aren't you?
I'm a frog.
Well, you have no camera on, so there's your Power Ranger picture.
Oh yeah, because the frog coin was the coolest. I love frogs.
Right, but why isn't your camera on?
Because I'm eating. And the
Which-
listeners don't need to see that.
Which one was the frog character? Is that from the second
was-
generation?
Adam.
Yeah, it was the second Black Ranger, Adam.
I was gonna say the black one.
It was the white black.
It was just on a total I was just making stuff up.
The
Right,
white
I'm ready
black
for
Ranger,
Ranger.
not to be confused with the black yellow Ranger.
Yes. Exactly.
Need your attention, please. My coconut's my attention getter. I got
Oh,
this in
that's-
Durango.
God awful.
I need your attention, please.
Actually,
Okay.
kinda like
Oh
it.
God.
That'll
do
real
it.
Slim Shady, please stand up.
Sorry, Twitch. I apologize for spiking the mic. All right, we're gonna get started. I've got my timer
That's all
ready.
that's spiked around here.
I am ready to rock and roll and
What's
take
that monster's
command
name? Lucas Seregios, also
of
known
this show.
That is correct.
Aw, yeah, I know my monsters, sorta.
All right. Does anybody need any last minute explanation of the news and everything? We're just gonna. I'm setting a timer, so if you guys want to take anything in there, just kind of take it. We're just gonna kind of have a.
Why don't we just do round table style? We'll all just talk, and one of us shuts
Yeah.
up, the next one goes, and we just say, "I'm interested in this."
I'm kind of in for that. I like just starting on the second portion of the roundtable where we're all already discussing it. That's kind of how I
right.
wanted to play it. So
Just respect everybody's desire to talk. We all want to talk, so maybe don't talk for like 8 straight minutes. Let somebody else get a word.
yeah.
That's all I got to say about that.
All right, kids. I'm going to start the show proper, and then we will get rolling right now. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Infendo Radio. This is episode 460. We are online. We are live on twitch.tv. If you're watching us live, thank you very much. Hit that follow button. We would love it. I think it's a heart shape. That's what you want to click. If you see a heart, click the heart. We love the hearts. But if you're not watching us live and you're listening onto the podcast, welcome. We love you. And here we are. Justin's here. How are you doing today?
Hello, I'm Justin, and Stormy Daniels says I'm shaped like Waluigi.
Oh, no. No. Steve, how do you follow that? Follow it.
I don't. I'm eating spaghetti because I'm a true Italian.
I like that
Lucas,
about
can
you.
Save us.
I'm Lucas, and I have an 8-minute cinematic experience that's going to culminate in finding out that there's a new Animal Crossing game. But you're not going to know about it for the longest time because I love playing with your heartstrings.
Whoa.
Fair. Well, before we get into the show proper, because we all know what we're going to be talking about, there was a Nintendo Direct this week. We're going to be talking about the Nintendo Online service. But before you go there, you can read about all that fun stuff on Infendo.com. Go check out all the articles that are going and popping up. If you want to go, also click on the community tab. We would love you to leave your friend code and join our Discord as well. Check out all our reviews, all our op-eds. We've got a bunch of new people jumping on the site to write some reviews for us, so we really appreciate that. You should go check those out as well. All right, so we are going to be moving into the news. And that pregnant pause was deliberate because I'm going to cut this shit out.
And I'm going to put it in the outtakes. Where did everybody else go?
We're all dead.
It's like a two-man show now.
I was picking. You'll never know what I was picking because I muted myself.
You were picking your nose, is what it sounded like to me.
Oh, okay.
Although it could have been toes.
I was picking
Toes.
my nose.
I like how Steve is a Power Ranger and Lucas is just his name in sans serif font.
How the hell do you know what font that is?
Well,
I was a
sans
graphic
serif
design student for 3 years.
Also, sans serif is like half of the fonts.
Yeah,
The font is either serif or sans serif.
Mm-hmm.
That's based on whether or not it uses squigglies. So.
Mm-hmm. The more you know. Steve, thank you very much for providing the music for today. I'm only downloading it right now because I just remembered. So
Sweet.
Bear with me.
That's okay.
Oh God, all of this crap, huh?
I gave you the whole goddamn
You didn't
set.
mess around. All right, let's download this whole album right now.
Any and all of the songs are really, really good.
Okay.
Steve, thank you for having the gun collector personality in Death Road to Canada because it means that you start out with a gun, and that's a very useful trait. So.
I wish that game would go on sale because I kind of want it.
You just get it
But
for
maybe
full
you
price.
can share it with me with Nintendo Switch Online.
Maybe I can. Maybe I won't.
Lucas, did you say gun?
There you go.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Steve, have
we
you
just found a sword?
For once, I'm not the one playing with toys during the podcast.
Steve, have you already done the Nintendo Online service? Are you already in on that?
Yes.
All right. Well, you're going to be our expert because I have not, and I don't know that anybody
God.
else has either.
Speaking
Oh,
of,
I mean, I got the free trial, but
what's
Well,
our
that
what's
works.
our what's our ETA on getting back into the show?
Oh, I have music already ready. I'm just
I thought you were going
I'm
to
just
say on the
queuing it up.
Nintendo Online service, the Infendo version. I was going to be like, we've discussed this evidently in the Discord.
Oh, you guys can hear this, right? A little loud, I'm assuming.
no, I'm dancing to the music in my head.
How is our volume? Are we okay?
Sounded fine.
Yeah.
Okay,
Good.
cool. Then I will bring us in to the show part, and then we'll just vamp. Let me get my timer ready, and then we'll rock.
Yes, I'm here, even though I just turned my video back up.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to putting Orajel on my feet.
All right, I'm bringing in the music.
Can you
and
bring
then
your
bring
feet
it
up
in
to the
news.
video?
Bring it in the music, and then bring it in the news. All right. Well, we all know what time it is. We're talking about the Nintendo Direct this week. Man, there was actually a lot of news that came out. Last week rather. That happened like right after the live show happened. But in any case, we got a lot of stuff that came out of it. I'm gonna touch on what touched my heart the most: Luigi's Mansion 3. Because I loved the Luigi's Mansion series, and I'm really looking forward to that. But there was a ton of news, so I'm not even gonna hold the floor down. But what kind of struck you guys about the Nintendo Direct?
I mean, definitely Luigi's Mansion 3 looks pretty exciting. I loved the original. I liked the 3DS one. I've been waiting for a true sequel for. Well, how long has it been? 17 years? Dear God, I'm old.
Sure.
I'm a little nervous with Luigi's Mansion 3. I'm excited that it's on Switch. It looks a lot more like 2 than like 1, and that makes me think maybe it will have more of 2's attributes than 1. I didn't think 2 was as special, but we'll see.
Well, somebody pointed out, I think it was Arlo, pointed out that, the image that they showed you in the teaser was this giant tower. And it was only a single one. So that says to me that it's one building and it's probably going to be structured like the original game. But it could be a hybrid between the two. I don't see them doing the missions where, you play for 15 minutes and then go back to, Egad's lab because, it's a Switch game. It's going to be played on. It's not going to be in your pocket when you're waiting in line at Starbucks or something like that. It's going to be a real full-fledged game, I'd imagine.
There were three things about 2 that bothered me. One was the controls, which will obviously be fixed because it's going to be on Switch. 2 is the mission-based gameplay, which hopefully will be fixed because, like you said. The third one was the total lack of, boss ghosts that you could capture. Portraits.
Yeah.
That was
I didn't even think about that, actually.
That was the soul of the first one to me. Was you catch them and you get a ranking based on how you caught each one, and it was fun. It had a personality.
And the puzzle solving element of trying to figure out how to get them to show up and all that. Yeah,
the ghosts were missing in 2 to me. They were all just kind of generic, colorful ghosts, and I want to go back to those people ghosts. That was fun.
Luigi's Mansion was a brilliant game.
Right.
Really solid. So Luigi's Mansion 3, that's exciting. And to add on to that, Luigi's Mansion 1 is going to have a 2-player mode if you're playing
that's
which is super cool. So I'm actually looking forward to giving that a try with my Luigi Mansion loving friend.
So I guess let me just kind of run down a lot of this list because we're going to be vamping on a lot of these games. So this is news came directly from Polygon. So thank you, Polygon, for your news. And this is all news that came in and around the Nintendo Direct. So we learned that Settlers of Catan and Pandemic and other digital board games are going to be coming to the Nintendo Switch. Brilliant idea! My goodness, that's a great idea.
Bring bang.
I don't know what bang is, but it sounds provocative.
I don't play board games, so next, please.
Unless it's Monopoly. The next bit of news is a bunch of Final Fantasy games are going to be ported over. So Final Fantasy VII, Final Fantasy IX, Final Fantasy X, all coming to Switch. If you like Final Fantasy games, I guess that's kind of cool. And 12. Too. I didn't realize that, all that as well. That's pretty neat. So, sure.
And a couple of, little offshoots. Oh, and Crystal Chronicles.
Crystal Chronicles,
of course,
which will have, and Crystal Chronicles has been confirmed to have online, which is awesome. So
thank God.
Get ready for I will adventure of the Infendo crew.
Yeah,
sure.
That's a day one.
Yeah, I might have to get that. I'm really excited for 9 because I've never played it and it's always looked interesting to me. I'm not a huge Final Fantasy person, but 9 has always kind of piqued my interest, so it'll be nice to sink my teeth into it.
I'm excited for 7 because I started that game on my roommate's PlayStation and I never got a chance to finish it. So I'm
right.
all the way.
The thing about 7, it is one of the best games ever, but it is not as good as the fans think it is. It's like that weird juxtaposition of it's amazing, but it's not.
Well, moving down the list, we learned that the Nintendo Switch is going to have 20 classic NES games. I believe all of those are available at launch right now, right? The 20?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's cool. And then as you guys were talking about, Final Fantasy 12 is a thing. We learned a little bit about Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, that there's going to be a console bundle announced with that. Nintendo is really going all out on the console bundles because we got the Eevee Let's Go Pikachu one, or Let's Go Pokemon one the other month, or the other week.
And they did confirm today, by the way, that the Joy-Cons and the dock, the Smash Brother Joy-Cons and dock, will be available outside of the console bundle at some point.
Good.
Oh, cool. That's actually good to know. But then we also learned that Animal Crossing Switch is going to be coming out, but not until they trolled us with Isabelle from Animal Crossing as a character, which is actually really cool. I actually really dig that.
She's not an Echo Fighter. She's her own character with her own moveset. Which is
I dig that a lot.
I thought that she was an Echo of Villager.
No, you would think she would be, but
number 68, if I remember right.
Very excited.
Also, we learned that City Skylines was going to be available at the time of the Nintendo Direct, which is like a SimCity, SimCity-ish clone, but modern, which I hear is really good. I played it a little bit on, the tiniest bit on PC, but not enough to get a good, judgment on it.
I'm still on the fence on that. I really, really want it, but I also have SimCity 4 on my computer that I've booted up like a whole once. So,
But it would be on your Switch, and we all know how much more appealing that makes games that you normally wouldn't play.
Sure. But
Right.
we also learned about the next RPG from, was it Game Freak that is developing this one? I can't remember.
yes.
It's so it's called tentatively Town. There wasn't really much shown about it, but I am 100% interested in another Game Freak RPG. I don't know if it's going to be good, but they got my attention for sure.
The gimmick there being that the entire game takes place in a single town.
Seems very interesting. I can see it being very Majora's Mask-esque, you know, like where you're doing like everything's kind of like on a schedule and you're trying to help people and everything. I can dig that.
Yeah, I mean, I think the advantage to setting it all in one town is that you can flesh out, like, yeah, you're kind of stuck in this one environment, but you can flesh out that environment. Like, you can devote every bit of information to a cycle and, you know, whatnot.
Well, and
Right.
here's the other cool thing, too. Yes, it's set in one town. They also have not said how big said town is going to be. I mean, there's towns of all different sizes. So.
Well, it's going to have to be fairly large for there to be any kind of real depth to the game, I feel.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's going to be as small as... It's not
Sure.
going to be like Pallet Town. It's going to be more like Celadon City, if anything.
I'm a little tentative with this one, I'll be honest, because Game Freak makes really good Pokemon games, but I haven't really liked their other outings. So I'm going to reserve judgment on this one until I see it in action.
Sure. Well, we also had Steve's actual favorite news of the week. The NES controllers are going to be coming to the Switch, so that's actually really rad. Just kidding, because Steve hates the idea 100%. But not me, because I am going to get them. Even if they only work for, like, you know, the NES games, I'm going to make it work on my PC somehow.
Literally, all they work for is those. And then, like you said, you'll be able to use them on your PC when they're, you know, once the code is unlocked, which will be 24 hours.
I've got an 8-bit dough and
See, I don't.
Not a sponsor.
So for Eugene, it's perfect. Maybe for the three of us, not so much.
Well,
I mean, if I can get the Famicom versions,
That's what I want. That's what I'm getting.
Yeah, then that'd be pretty neat just to have them. Especially since I downloaded the Famicom game collection, so I can play the disk system version of Zelda.
For sure. But I don't know. It's definitely not for everybody. Like I'm kind of a little bit upset even like that you can't use it for like anything else. Like why can't I use it for like
Yeah, it's a shame it's not just like an 8-bit dough, you know? Like originally I was like, crap, now I need to get one of those because it looks more like an original controller. Then I was like, oh, it doesn't work with other games, so I can't play Mega Man Legacy with it. I'll just stick with my NES 8-bit dough. Like,
right.
Yeah, I was gonna say 8-bit dough makes a controller that looks exactly like an NES controller, but has all the buttons for playing
made a controller.
The other thing too about those controllers is you do have to be an active Nintendo Switch Online subscriber to even make the purchase. And so you have to be if you're on a family plan, you have to be the family administrator to buy it, from what I understand.
Yeah, so which is why I'm hoping that... I'm trying to game the system here because I have a Japanese account. I don't want to pay for a Japanese account, but if I have to, I guess I could just put that on the family plan or whatever and then be set. But, like, I don't know. I just don't know. We'll see if Nintendo lets me do it.
Well, you should be able to use your Japanese family account for another 8 Nintendo user IDs, too. So.
Sure. Yeah, for sure. Ooh. But so on to the next bit of news, because there's a bunch. New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe is headed to the Switch. Actually, super excited about this one, guys, because Toadette turns into Peachette, and I think that is rad.
I mean, I'm excited about this because I feel like this is one of those games that will get more attention and more appreciation on the Switch because you can take it with you and do kind of like Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze and, you know, certain other ports did better on the Switch. But it's $60 again. I mean, this was a launch. This was a Wii U launch game. This is so unnecessary.
But Justin, it comes with all the new DLC and Funky Mode.
Okay, I gotta ask. why is Peach a character when Toadette gets a power? Like they know we want her. Why is she not just a
Because
character?
she's captured. She's been captured, hasn't she? Isn't that?
But who cares? You're the one who's always saying the story doesn't matter. It's just Mario. Put her in the freaking game and make Daisy the captured one. Like, why is she not a character?
Or let us play as Daisy for once.
It's just so bizarre to me because it's like,
you know
the
what?
closest we can do to giving you Peach.
This is the funniest thing because I remember when the first game came out, there was that infamous quote from Miyamoto saying that they didn't do it because because the dress, and now we're getting the dress and we're getting the character, and then now we have this whole fucking Peachette controversy.
Well,
it's
the
great.
Switch is a more powerful system, so
It's
they
just
can do
bizarre. That said, all of the new Super Mario games were phenomenal. I think U was probably my most played because it was one of the most well made. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
New Super Mario Brothers U is definitely underappreciated. I remember jumping back into it a year or so ago and being like, "Oh wow, this is like my least played New Super Mario Brothers game, and it's actually really good."
So what you're saying is I need to give it another chance because I was like, didn't give a shit about that.
Kind of like you didn't give a shit about Tropical Freeze.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. See, that's
except for I knew I was gonna like Tropical Freeze. That's the difference.
And then you didn't.
That's
and then
the
you
thing.
played it again and loved it.
Okay, everybody, shut up. That's the thing, though. With these games, is like there was a lot of burnout with them because by the time New Super Mario Bros. U would come out, we'd had like 3 or 4 of them. So a lot of people didn't give them a chance. This is just Nintendo saying, "Hey, come give it a second chance." And
for sure,
I don't know. I feel like it's a little more like I still think it's expensive. I think it should have been $40, but I think the fact that you're getting like a $15 game for free on top of it kind of justifies a $75 game being $60. Like it is what it is.
Oh yeah, that's right, because the Luigi mode is included in with it as well.
From the year of Luigi.
Anyway, but
it sounds like you can play as Nabbit in the Mario mode too, which is
that sounds rad.
Especially for those of you with kids who are like, my kids suck at video games. Here you go.
Yep.
Give them Nabbit.
So, speaking of if your kids suck at video games, Yoshi's Crafted World is going to be launched for 2000.
Those Yoshi games are tough.
If you're 100%ing them.
Right.
You're OC.
Right. But we finally got, we didn't get a release date. We know it's coming out spring 2019, whatever that means. But we got some more gameplay footage of it. It looks really good. But good for a Yoshi game, kind of like you know what you're getting when you go into a Yoshi game. So,
I'm going to argue with you for a second here because most of the Yoshi games since Yoshi's Island have sucked, but
I'm not saying they sucked.
Well, all right, they weren't challenging though.
Yeah,
Yoshi's Woolly World was pretty challenging. That was about the closest they've come to recapturing Yoshi's Island.
Honestly, the thing that Steve,
go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say the thing that gets me. It's not that it's another Yoshi game. I'm just getting sick of the yarn thing. It's like the third game that we've had between Kirby and Yoshi. It's like here they're plushies, and so just give me like nice HD Yoshi, like let me see my
But
Dino
it's not
again.
yarn. It's all crafted out of cardboard this time.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Like just give me regular. It'd be like if every Mario game they're like now he's made out of string. Like just give me Mario, give me Yoshi. Like you don't need to slap the crafted mechanic on it. That makes me think it's the same game. Like give me something new or old. Anything in between.
Right. Well, speaking of old things, Mario Tennis Aces is going to be getting an update. Actually, really excited about this because my girl Birdo is going to be in it, and she's going to be playable soon, along with remind me, who else is going to be playable in this update?
Shy Guy,
Piranha.
Petey,
and Paratrooper.
So that's exciting. That's going to be version 2 of Mario Tennis Aces. That'll be out this week if you're listening to it on the podcast. Next week if you're listening to it live.
And they're adding some new features in to kind of round out some edges. Like now you can play certain modes to unlock outfits every month, which is exciting because like unlockables in that game are nowhere to be found. I think one of those being like a cooperative online mini game mode. So that's something.
Yeah, it's good to see that they're still putting something behind it. Kind of like, I mean, not quite the same model as like a Splatoon or whatever, but at least they're adding new things and not charging us for it. I'll take it.
Yeah, it's getting there. I just wish it was there at the beginning because, like, I'm kind of over Mario Tennis already. But hey, maybe I'll get back into it.
We also learned about cloud saves. They don't work for every game. That's kind of weird.
So, I was going to say, I can talk to that one for a sec. It's super easy. You play a game, as soon as you're done, it uploads to the cloud immediately. The bigger the game save, the longer it takes, naturally. Of all the games I have on my Switch, there were exactly 3 that did not support cloud saves. Splatoon 2, which you would think would make sense, but it doesn't. Yeah, Fortnite and Minecraft. Minecraft I understand because they've got Minecraft Realms, so you can store your main world in the cloud that way, so no big deal. Fortnite, again, I get because of cross-console progression, that kind of thing. Splatoon makes no sense because Doom supports cloud saves and has an online, mode where you can progress. The other one, Monster Hunter, has an online mode where you can progress and trade items. So Lucas and I could trade some items. I could reload my last save, and we could trade those same items again in theory. So it doesn't make sense why all games are not supported.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's probably a technological limitation. I don't know why Splatoon specifically would have that. You can't really fault them for Fortnite, and I don't think anybody really cares about, what was the third one that I've already forgotten because I didn't care? Minecraft, because Minecraft already has it built in. So it is what it is, but I guess, who knows, maybe Splatoon is really complicated.
All I know is the first thing I did was back up my 220 hours of Hyrule Warriors. That was
good idea, buddy.
I did that manually. You can do it manually by pushing the plus button and going into it that way.
I need to do that for Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, I did it for Breath of the Wild. I did it for Lego City Undercover, Mario Odyssey, like all the big ones that I've poured tons of hours into.
And I'll do it for nothing. Stay tuned when my Switch crashes.
So
I don't really care.
It'll do it automatically. It's automatically enabled.
But I have to play Breath of the Wild, right?
True.
I don't care. If it goes, it goes. It was fun, but
Sure. So we also learned about Katamari Damacy reroll. Super, right?
Yes. This was me going, yes, because I love that game. I've never been able to play it, and now I get to play it.
I have not played any of them but the original on the PlayStation 2, and I never got very far. And this is another one of those cases where having it on the Switch could be exactly takes to really get me into it.
And it makes sense. They but correct me if I'm wrong, but they talked about some added motion controls type of stuff that so that just makes sense, on a portable console, the Switch, yes, give it to me. I love it. So then they actually started off the event with some 3DS stuff. So we actually learned about a few 3DS games. So we learned about Bowser's Inside Story, which is going to be coming to the 3DS in January. That's exciting, I guess. Yeah. Kirby's Epic Yarn is also coming. What's that?
Apparently, Bowser's Inside Story is the best game in that series, so,
But
my favorite.
Debatable with the first one. But, it also just came out, 10 years ago, and you can still play it on your DS, so,
Yeah.
Plus, I feel like they kind of baby up the remakes a little bit. They make them a little bit easier to play, and I'm not into that, so...
Yeah, they kind of, I agree. So, we also learned that Kirby's Epic Yarn is also coming to 3DS. That one I can see, I mean, I don't know if they talked about the stereoscopic 3D, but that would be the one reason to get that game, I think,
that'd be cool. And I never played that one, so...
It is a new 3DS exclusive as well.
Okay, cool.
Well, new 3DS, new 2DS.
That's
sure.
Odd, because it's...
it's a Wii game,
graphically
right?
intensive, but...
Well, but it's a Wii game like Xenoblade.
Yeah, but...
they probably didn't want to make it look like Donkey Kong Country Returns 3D did, where it really didn't look good compared to the Wii version.
Yeah, I thought that did look good, especially in 3D. But Yoshi's Woolly World was a Wii U game ported to 3DS, and that was not a new exclusive.
Touche.
Yeah.
I got that for that.
Dog, they want the kids to go out and buy the new 2DSs for Christmas. That's what they want. Well, I guess not actually, because that's coming out in 2019. So they missed the boat, Nintendo. But what they didn't miss the boat on was Luigi's Mansion 3, which we already talked about. But I am super excited for this. My goodness gracious.
Can we talk for a minute about Animal Crossing being a thing too? Because I don't think that was in our list of topics, unless I totally blanked on it.
I breezed past it during this list, so now that the list is done, let's hit it. Let's talk.
Animal Crossing on the Switch! I'm so excited! The Isabella trailer comes up, and I'm like, okay, Isabella's in Smash. Because, that's what they always do. And then, she finishes, and Tom Nook's there, and I'm like, Tom Nook ain't in Smash. That's not gonna be come on. And I waited for 10 minutes and there it is. Finally, I get what I've always wanted. And I cried a little. I'm willing to admit I cried. I'm so excited.
So Eugene was in the Discord chat with me as we were watching this live. And I'm like, oh, here we go. Animal Crossing. Wait. No, it's Isabelle and Smash. Oh God, Lucas is going to be so disappointed.
No, I was actually...
Oh wait, here it is.
I was happy at the Isabelle point because she's been one that I've been predicting that I knew was going to make it because of how popular she's gotten.
And
I'm she's definitely getting in. And then and it follows the theme of them all being Mii Fighter costumes.
Mm-hmm.
A thing that's happening now, so get ready for Gino. But this is my most wanted game for 3 E3s in a row. And I finally get it next year.
Dude, really? And I love the way Nintendo has been bringing out the troll card in every one of these Nintendo Directs lately. It's a brilliant.
It's fun too.
Yeah.
It makes you feel like a kid again. It makes you happy and angry and excited and it's good. They're doing a good job.
Speaking of Nintendo trolling, did anybody see their tweet today?
Yes, the one with Toad.
Yeah.
Oh no! Yes. No!
Go to @Nintendo America and look for a tweet. Look for a tweet that just is a bunch of periods in a vertical row and just scroll down and
I can't. I can't.
That's amazing.
I can't. But yeah, dude, they absolutely captured the internet that day because, with that one moment, brilliant. Nintendo, kudos to them for that, for sure. But I'm so excited for Animal Crossing. I've been wanting it.
I'm just I'm ecstatic because I honestly thought it had to be an E3 thing. And Nintendo's proving to us that they can announce games any time of the year and have it be huge. It can be a giant game and they can just say we're announcing it in November and that's the thing.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Why? Honestly, if Nintendo were to say, in February of next year that, we're going to skip E3 this year and we're going to just, put out these series of 10 or something videos, they'd be like, okay, cool, whatever.
Well, and good on them because
if
they had announced this at E3, by now we'd all just be like, yeah, when the hell is Animal Crossing getting here? But instead, it's all right, now I got something new to be excited for the next
right?
2 months.
This is after we've all decided we're definitely getting Smash and all these other things.
Exactly.
They sold us on the big E3 games, and so now here's the next big thing you need to save your money for.
Yeah, and I remember a few months ago we were all speculating because remember the day after E3, Reggie was like, "Hey, we're gonna have some more big games to announce later on in the year." People were like, "Will they really? Or are they just gonna be what's it gonna be? Luigi's Mansion 3, Animal Crossing? There's good stuff coming. I'm really excited."
Super Mario Brothers U.
Yeah. Katamari Damacy. Oh, and Final Fantasy. Let's talk for a sec about this, okay? Because the young non-PlayStation owning child in me lit up as soon as I realized we were getting all these old Final Fantasy games. I've been wanting to play these games for so long, and now I actually have a console to play them on.
I'm kind of sad that they didn't announce the remastered version of 6. But I'm hoping that if these sell well, that we're going to get 4 complete edition and 6. And
I would actually want the retro versions of those games, though, if I'm being honest. I felt like they kind of lost something when they got all 3D-ified. I mean, I like 3.
Well, no, the 6 was never done in 3D. 6, all they did was they retranslated it and they added CGI cutscenes in
I'd be down
various
for that,
places.
I guess. I don't know. I'd probably be down for it. I don't know. 6 is like my favorite, so I'm kind of picking.
And I've never played it, and I've been dying to.
6 is, in my opinion, 6 is like the best one.
I think so too.
That's what a lot of people say.
But
so good.
The people who agree that 7 is overrated, but also very good.
Like the moment that I knew it was coming, well, I figured we were getting 7 remastered. Honestly, I didn't think that it was just going to be what we got.
Right.
But all of a sudden, like they're showing us Crystal Chronicles, and then they're showing us like World of Final Fantasy or whatever it's called, and then they're showing us Chocobo, and I'm like, they're building up. Like we're getting something good. And lo and behold, I finally get to play all those games, and I get to play 15 finally, the Pocket Edition of 15. I've been playing on my Switch. So thank you, Square. I'm
debating on 15 because it never really interested me in the first place, and somebody on Twitter was saying that it's not a very good version of it. Pardon me, on top of that, but at the same time, it's 40% off now. If I'm ever going to get it, now's the time.
Sure. Yeah, I you know, again, like we've talked about this time and time again, but the Switch is the best place to play games. And if I'm gonna sit down for an RPG, like if I had the option, I'm on it on the Switch. So this might be my time to finally enjoy some of these games that I haven't got to before. So that's exciting. I don't know. I'm was pretty excited about this Nintendo Direct. I saw some people were a little bit negative online. I don't know why or how they could be, but like it's like, you know, Nintendo could give us the world and they'd still find ways to nitpick, you know?
Yeah, I honestly think we're just at a point where it's like nothing will ever be enough. Like we expect, and like that's the thing. If you go into these with no expectations, like your mind gets blown. But if you go into it expecting like 20 things and one of them gets announced, you're like, well, damn, I didn't get anything I wanted. So. Steven?
I was gonna say I was one of the people where I don't really have a whole lot of games that I'm excited about right now. So for me, I was just kind of lukewarm on it. Like I'll probably wind up getting Bowser's Inside Story on 3DS, maybe. The problem with that being is it requires me to pull out my 3DS. So I just really don't want to. Yeah, I don't know. The only thing I had really wanted to bring up was how complicated it is to set up a family account on the Switch.
Luckily, I don't have to worry about that because I got Eugene, Big Daddy Eugene.
If you want to take notes, here's how it goes. So basically what you do is whoever's going to be the account holder, you log into your Nintendo account on the computer. On the left-hand side somewhere, there's an option that says family account options or something to that effect. You click on that, and then there's an invite button. And you have to know the email address associated with the Nintendo ID that you are trying to add. So for my wife, that's fine. She only has the one email address. So I sent that email. Then you have to remember the logon for the other Nintendo account, that you just sent the invite to. You log into that Nintendo account, you hit accept, and then the family account is created. And then I went onto my Switch to actually purchase the family subscription.
So let me ask you a question then for anybody, because I've had friends offer to put me on their family plan already. And I'm like, no, I got my fam right here. But like, I think people are doing this. Are there any negatives to being on a family plan as opposed to buying your own individual?
The only negative I have seen so far is the fact that only the account holder of the family plan can purchase those NES-style controllers. I was reading an article today that even the Splatoon Nintendo account DLC that you can get for being a Nintendo Online subscriber, for account holders of family accounts, they will receive an email with 8 download codes for that DLC.
Huh. Wow.
So it doesn't say, and it didn't say in that article, up to eight. It said we would receive 8.
So basically,
I may have 6 extras. So anything that would be shared that is exclusive, it seems like you will be getting that 8-fold.
So basically, the fact of the matter is make sure whoever is going to be the big daddy of your particular family plan is someone reliable who will either be willing to buy things if you send them the money or will be willing to give you download codes for said thing.
Also,
so your role pretty much hasn't changed from Infendo.
Make sure they're not going to boot you out at any random time because administrators of the account can do that.
Oh, God. Wait, can multiple people play online at the same time? Or what?
Okay, so, like, say the four of us have an account together. Yeah. All four of us can play online at the same time. Yeah. Now, if Eugene buys Velocity 2X Digital...
Yeah.
That does have online. So if Eugene buys Velocity 2X Digital and he uses his account to download that on his girlfriend's Switch, they can both play the game, but not online and not together.
Well, yeah, because he needs to buy 2 copies, right?
Right.
Well, that makes sense.
That makes sense.
But like Eugene can't just go in and like we're playing Splatoon together and he goes offline and it's like, well, now Lucas can't play Splatoon. Like that's
Correct.
Not okay.
Correct. You understand that correctly.
Okay. Well, I really, honestly, and it doesn't seem like there are any negatives to having a family plan. In fact, it seems like it's all positives because, again, it seems like we can share games and stuff, so...
Yes, and it also doesn't make you verify addresses or anything because traditionally families are in the same area. That Nintendo understands family dynamics of today where... I might be sharing this with my mom up in, in a different part of Utah than where I'm from. Wow. So they don't make you verify your address or anything like that.
What are we at Infendo if not a giant family? So.
Exactly. Yeah, for sure. So I mean, we're just, I guess, full disclosure, half of us haven't signed up for it yet because Lucas and I are still kind of waiting. I think you actually just signed up for the free trial or whatever moments before the show started, right?
Not me. I haven't signed up for. I'm not doing the free trial. If we're doing this tonight,
Justin's got a free trial, and I signed up for my actually.
Okay. So I guess we'll have more. We'll be more informed next week for sure because we'll we'll have tested it out and everything. But this just kind of went live recently. So.
And one other thing too that Justin realized last night that I realized this morning: if you have a Japanese account, and if that Japanese account is on your family plan. You can actually download through your Japanese eShop the Famicom version.
You don't need to. All you need to do is you need to be able to access the Japanese eShop, which you just need an account. You don't need to pay anything. You don't need to sign up for anything. You just have to have the access to the Japanese eShop.
Okay.
Download the app, and then when it asks you to sign in to the NSO account, you can sign into your North American account, just as if it were the NES one.
Okay.
So you don't even have to sign up for a trial for the Japanese.
That's cool.
NSO account. You just have to have access to the eShop and the ability to download games from it. It's a free download, just like it is in the US. And you download the app, sign in your regular account.
And nice. that app, by the way, does work offline. So it's not actually a streaming service. It's an app with the games built in because I did test it out in airplane mode.
I'm pretty sure that I read an article, correct me if I'm wrong too, but I think your Switch has to check in at least once every 7 days online for that to work though. So like let's say you leave your Switch offline for 7 days. I think that it would block the access to the NES games. Right. Obviously we don't know because it hasn't been out for 7 days, but
Right. But if you're going on a trip, a road trip or whatever, and you want to play those games in the car where you don't have internet access for that day, you're actually still okay to do it.
Yeah, right. Because as long as your Switch checks in, at least according to this article that I read, so I could be horribly misinformed, but
you're probably right. I don't know anything about that part.
Right. As long as the Switch checks in to the online service, I believe once a week, you're good to go. So, we are getting to it. Is there anything else we want to touch on before we hit the timer here momentarily? Because, man, there was a lot going on in this Direct.
Well, there's one other game coming out, but it's Japan only, so it's not really worth mentioning. Billion Road, and it looks a lot like Fortune Street, so snap that up if you have a Japanese account.
Oh, what was...
we didn't touch on any of the
streaming in Japan as well. Can't remember what it was though.
Oh, yeah. Was it Tomb Raider or something? No, I know what you're... Yeah, it's like... Because Japan has this weird online streaming thing for some weird games. I'm sure you're looking it up right now.
It was one of the Final Fantasies or something. That's like an online game, like 11, but for sure.
Well,
did we talk about any of these Splatoon 2 updates?
No, we definitely did not. But there's apparently no time. Yeah, Splatoon 2's got a lot of new stuff coming out. Check that out. Bunch of stuff. You can play Splatfest with people that aren't groups of 4 anymore. You can clump up in teams and solos without it being competitive. There's a bunch of stuff. So go check out Splatoon 2. It's all good, probably.
And thank you for Phantom in the chat for reminding us what that game was with the streaming in Japan. It's Assassin's Creed. So the new one, I believe, too. So that's actually really, really interesting.
Yeah, why isn't that in North America?
Right? Come on, y'all.
We can't stream.
But you could just make the game available. Assassin's Creed isn't like a straight online game.
Well, but that's the reason why it's streaming is because the Switch couldn't handle that game, so it has to stream it.
We need to figure something out over here in the States. We need like state-to-state streaming or something.
Right? All right. So we are going to get out of the news section. That was the timer. I'm actually hosting Nintendo's this week, and I have a theme. So thank you for the patrons for helping me to think about that. We're going to be right back, and we'll be starting the show.
Going to be right back, and we'll be right back. Right after we're back, which we will be right back.
Oh, no. My mouse is dead.
No.
I'll be right back so I can get another battery.
Mouse. Okay.
Eugene needs batteries.
Oh no.
But yeah, Billion Road. Billion Road actually looks like
I
a
need
lot
2
of
batteries,
fun.
apparently.
I will be playing it. Also, I downloaded Super Mario Party because they're giving away free money for downloading it. So I'm like, why not? Let's do that.
That's really, really enticing.
It's just one of those things where it's like, hey, you want $3 free? Download this game before it launches. I'm like, well, I'm gonna buy it eventually. Why not?
That's what got me to get, Tennis Aces, which I've barely played but don't dislike. So.
Sound like Yoshi.
So I have The Walking Dead finished, but I can't uninstall it on my Switch because I don't want to lose my save data for season 2. So I guess I'm just gonna archive it because I kind of want to keep going with the same story, and I assume it's gonna carry over.
Can't you just back up your save to the cloud?
I guess I can now that the cloud save is a thing, but I don't think of that because stupid. I'll probably just end up archiving it, honestly.
All right. Are we ready to roll into Nintendo's?
Yes.
Sure.
Oh wait, I need to mark a note that there was a break somewhere in here. Break.
Did you get my moment where I was talking to my cat?
I did at 37:40. No, 43.
43 approximately. Because when
Justin
I sat down, it was
37:40.
like 43:30. So.
That works for me.
Yeah, she thought it would be fun while we were talking to go bang, 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 relentlessly on the door. So,
Oh, apparently these batteries are dead too. I'll be right back.
All right. Infendo Radio, always prepared.
Eugene sucks at the battery game, clearly.
I didn't even know there was a battery game. Now, here we go. And now I find out there's already tiers for Infendo. Eugene's at the bottom, Steve's at the top.
Yep. My batteries don't go dead.
So, your and my run of Death Road to Canada didn't last very long because I died in the sewers and I didn't want to just play as you, Steve, so I ended the run.
The card is coming out like today, tomorrow.
What is the card?
It's a poker game on the Switch. Poker, blackjack. It's got Texas Hold'em, 5-card draw.
That does very little for me.
I love poker, so I think I might end up getting that.
Sure, there's your mom joke somewhere.
Okay, I need your guys' help. Is this light red or green?
Green.
Thank the Lord.
Adventures in colorblindness.
Yep. Minus would understand. All right, so now we're gonna start here. Nintendo. Let me find my music over here.
Boy, last show was nice. When we ended at like 10:45, that was magical.
Yeah, ain't happening tonight, kids.
No. Not unless this is a very quick Nintendo.
Actually, though, I think it might be with my theme, but we'll see.
Is the theme games Lucas played relentlessly in his childhood?
Maybe.
It might be.
Steve, are you still here?
Yes.
Esteban!
Are
Just
you
adjusting my glasses.
Okay, are you doing next week or am I?
As far as things stand right now, I'm doing next week. I'm
Okay.
going to start prepping music tomorrow.
right.
Things are kind of stagnating in that department. Yeah. Things are kind of stagnant in that department. We should know some more the second week in October.
All right, because I have a theme for the next show that I host. I just wanted to know whether I need to start preparing now or.
No, I'm gonna start prepping it tomorrow night. So.
All right, let me know about audio level here.
It was loud.
Too loud right now?
It's a little better now.
Okay, that's good about where we should start then? Perfect.
That's good.
All right,
You're the one who has to talk over it, so.
Right. Well, I'm gonna obviously put it down, but okay. Let me start here. Let me make a note, and then we'll get rolling.
Let's get it started. Let's get it started.
All right, here we go. All right, we are back. We are ready to play some Nintendo tunes, y'all. I hope this isn't the first week that you have been listening to us, but, you know, if it is, we're actually excited about that, too. Because if you are the first-time listener, Nintendo tunes is the section where we play a little game show. I've got games, and I've got songs from those games, and these fine gentlemen are going to try and guess what games they came from. I actually have a theme tonight, but I'm not going to reveal the theme until we get past our Patreon suggestions. Speaking of our Patreon suggestions, if you'd like to suggest a song for this section, you can too by going to patreon.com/Infendo Radio. Join us at the Elite Beat Agent tier for $2 or more, and you can suggest a song too. Just like Malik Emeris did. He brings us a song. Oh God, I was about to tell you the game. Jesus.
He brings us a song from yourselves.
Yeah, he brings us a title that he says it's the only game in the series that he ever really enjoyed. So do with that as you will. There's your first hint.
So
I hope
Sonic.
I hope it's not too loud when I first bring in the music,
No, that
but
wouldn't make it
here we
good.
go.
Harvest Moon.
It is not Harvest Moon.
Rune Factory.
Negatron.
Final Fantasy 1, 2, or 3.
No.
Dragon Quest 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5.
No.
We're hitting it hard tonight, though. We're going right in.
Is it that Final Fantasy Game Boy game whose name I can never remember that wasn't called Final Fantasy, but it was Final Fantasy 2?
Final Fantasy Tactics or Tactics
not that
Advance?
No, this was on original Game Boy.
I have to give it to
Yeah, that
Steve. He's
Okay.
there. He
Was
got
I
it.
right?
Yeah, it is Final Fantasy Adventure, or also known as Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. Yes. Well done, Steve. Well done on the
Quite
board.
early this time.
I'm saying. All
These
right.
should be making me smarter.
I don't like being behind you, Steve. Like it's bad or
You started behind me last week, and I think you ended up winning.
Last week I hosted, so
Oh, it was 2 weeks ago. Then.
God, I could have fun with these outtakes.
All right. We're gonna move on into our next track.
Hang on.
Ding.
Thank you for that.
Off.
This one comes to us from Minus64. Thank you, Minus, for bringing us our next track. Away we go.
Is this Dragon Quest 1, 2, 3, 4, 5?
Is this Dragon Quest Builders?
No.
And it's also none of the Dragon Quests that we mentioned?
No, it is not any of them.
Is it made by Phoenix?
Actually, no, it is not.
Music, so.
Do you need it a volume up? I can give you a volume up.
Or he needs Lucas and Steve down.
Yeah.
I really am digging this soundtrack, by the way. Okay, so your second hint, I guess, or first hint, I don't know, I can't keep track, is this game was actually developed by Tecmo. Here is your next track.
I don't think you're gonna know this.
I'm going to guess it's not Tecmo Super Bowl.
No, it is not Tecmo Super Bowl.
Is it an RPG?
Your second hint is this game is an RPG.
Does the main character wear gloves?
It's an RPG, I'm sure they do.
I can't tell. His sprite looks like he might be wearing gloves. Oh wait, there's the box art. Let me see.
Seems like kind of a cop-out answer.
Feel free to show us the box art, Eugene.
Yeah.
Yes, the main character looks like he is indeed wearing gloves.
Alright, that narrows it down a bit.
Uh-huh. You're welcome.
Last 20 seconds of my life back.
So, I guess this is a really tough one, I think. This game was known as Aquatalion in Japan. Aqutallion.
Is it Star Tropics? It wasn't made by Tecmo, was it?
No, that was made by.
Here's your next track. I'm actually going to read you the description, which very well could give it away, but I don't think it's gonna because nobody's heard of this crap. The main character, Ray, and his party of Aquatalion warriors embark on a quest to find and destroy Hamakruus, the evil power threatening the world.
Legend of Atlantis.
Sounds like an episode of Star Trek.
Villains encountered along tend to range from comical such as the Cat Boo and Bad Dad to the elite generals of the evil Hamakruus.
Can I just start calling you Bad Dad for the rest of the show? Is that okay?
Oh, I'm sorry, not Bad Dad, Bad, but
well,
still.
You're getting Bad Dad, so welcome to the family.
Here's your next track.
Is our next hint that none of us are going to get this?
I think that was your third hint, but yes. This
is Aquarius. Aquarian. Aqualos. Mermaid Legend.
Aquaman.
Legend of the Aquas. Ocean Horn. Ocean Land.
Do you guys give up?
Yes.
Okay.
For the love of all things holy.
This game
Holy Ocean
is called Secret of the Stars.
Secret of the Stars?
I was in the wrong freaking hemisphere. I didn't know what went down. I'm just a Pikachu trying to guess a song.
Thank you, Minus, for your suggestion. We really appreciate it. We are going to move on to another Patreon suggestion, and this sort of starts our theme, so keep this in mind. This one comes from Corky Dog, and away we go. How's our volume?
Oh, I like this.
Good. Is this Crypto the Necrodancer?
It is not.
I was going to say, is our theme roguelite?
Is this like the best Mario RPG remix I've ever heard?
Alright, I'm not going to give you a hint yet. How about we give another track, and then we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Oh! I believe I may have played this. Is this... What is it? Metro? No, that's... Hang on, I'm going to my eShop to look at a game I've already owned. So.
That seems like...
Boy, this is sounding familiar.
All right. Your...
Ollie.
Is it what now?
Ollie.
No, it is not Ollie Ollie. Your first hint is that this game was... Well, this version of the game, because it came out on multiple consoles, was developed by Treyarch.
Oh, this is not the game I was thinking of.
I should know this.
But I still want to get the name of that game. Is this Call of Duty? Is this were they made by Track? Is this Spider-Man? Is this one of the Spider-Men?
This is a Spider-Man. This is one of the Spider-Men. This is Spider-Man 2.
Point. I was like,
Shattered Dimensions.
no, it's 2.
Yeah, this is 2.
I was like, Treyarch is one of the few companies I've actually heard of.
Right? But I knew it wasn't a Tony Hawk soundtrack, so, I didn't know where to go from there.
All right, our next track, which is also part of our theme. Well, somewhat part of our theme. I'm not 100% sure because I've never played this game myself. But this one comes from Jay-Z Beast. So here we go.
Is this Batman Telltale?
It is not Batman Telltale.
See where I'm going with this theme. These just games you really like?
You'll definitely find out the theme after this. If you guys get this game.
Is this Metroid Prime 1, 2, or 3?
It is not.
Silent Hill Shattered Memories.
Negative.
Was this game on the GameCube?
Why indeed it was. This game was a GameCube title.
Resident Evil 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4.
Or Eternal Darkness. As long as we're...
Nope.
As long as we're listing off survival horror games.
It was not. This one also appeared on multiple consoles, though. So there was also a Game Boy Advance version. There was a Windows, PlayStation 2, and Xbox. And a DS title. Obviously, all of them were different, but...
Arachnid? Was that a game on the GameCube?
If it was, this is not it. Here is your next track.
It sounds so Metro.
Wait, so what was the last game?
Is this Spider-Man?
Spider-Man 2.
Is this Spider-Man like 1? Or Spider-Man 2 again?
So your next hint is that this game was also developed by Treyarch.
It's not Spider-Man. I feel like the fact that you're not telling me
Spider-Man
Shattered Dimensions?
Nope, it's not Shattered Dimensions.
Web of Shadows?
It's not Web of Shadows.
I don't know any other Spider-Man games.
3.
It's not Spider-Man 3.
Spider-Man? No, you think sorry, so bad.
Here's your next track. What Spider-Man could this be?
Is this Carnage or Venom or something? Was that a game on the GameCube?
I'm not sure, but it's not that.
Spider-Man Web Slinger. Spider-Man Saves New York.
I can't hear whatever music is supposed to be
You
in.
need to! It's a Spider-Man game on the GameCube. There's like 4 of them.
No, you got this all wrong. It's Spider-Man PS4.
I still can't hear the music.
Your next hint is that, yes, this is indeed a Spider-Man game, but I'm not going to give it to you until you give me the exact title, because that's bunkus.
Unless like nobody else guesses it, and then like I'm the closest, right?
I don't know. I'll give you a half point if you get Spider-Man on this
I'll
one.
take it.
What the hell else was there other than Shattered Dimensions and Web of Shadows?
You've got one track left, too, to figure this out, and here it is. I'll give you another hint. This is actually based off of a comic series. Like, there's a series
I
on
know
this.
this, but I don't remember the name. Is it... Oh. The Superior Spider-Man? It's not that.
Ultimate Spider-Man.
Ha! That's the one! Ultimate Spider-Man. You found the right Spider-Man.
I'd forgotten. Why is he Jewish tonight?
So is the theme just... Let's see. Is it just Spider-Man, the theme? Is that the whole theme for the rest of the game?
I think it's going to be
So, I'm going to now reveal my theme, although I'm not sure if this one fits, because again, I never played this game myself, but the theme tonight is licensed games that don't suck.
Yeah. Those are pretty much the only licensed games I play, so I might do well tonight.
So with that, here starts our theme. Thank you again, patrons, for providing your suggestions. If you want to provide your suggestions, just go to patreon.com and go to /Infendo Radio and throw us $2, and you can too.
Or if you're in the $50 tier, you can come join us next week and see how hard this game really is.
Or if you're in the $10 tier, you can contribute to Steve having to sit through Atari.
Yes, please. Please. All right, here we go with my first track. Away we go.
I know this.
Jurassic Park?
Nope.
Universal Studios.
I'm sorry?
Universal Studios, the game.
Is this Enter the Matrix?
No and no.
Is it Matrix 2?
Negative. Here is your next track.
Can I have developer?
Yes. I'm gonna have to look it up though, because I'm not 100% on this one. I think I know, but yeah, it's not Treyarch.
Is it Tomb Raider?
It's not licensed.
Yes, it is.
It is not Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider
Okay, so
I'm pretty sure it's not a game for the last Tomb Raider.
So developer here is Rocksteady Studios.
Oh shit. Arkham City. Batman Arkham City.
It is Batman Arkham City on the Wii
the only
U.
one that's appeared on a Nintendo console.
I am not
No,
going
Arkham Origins.
I am not going to do
Origins on a Nintendo console though?
Yes, it was on Wii U.
Yeah.
Sorry, Lucas, but that one was definitely not for you.
This is well. Actually, I played Arkham City and
Arkham, so you might want to make that note.
But yeah, no, I am just. This theme is not for me. I'm not good with licensed games.
Sure. All right. Well, here is the next.
I know a game that they made, but I can't speak of it.
Here's our next track. Your first hint is that I believe that we've already played this before on a Nintendo, so get your buzzers ready.
Is this Enter the Matrix?
It is not.
Lego Harry Potter.
No.
Lego Lord of the Rings.
No.
Regular Harry Potter.
No.
Is it Lego Dimensions?
It's not Lego.
Okay.
Most of the Lego games use the actual music.
So these are licensed.
Here's your next track.
What system?
This game first appeared on the Nintendo Wii.
Oh,
this
shoot, this Epic Mickey.
Yes!
I have to give it to Steve because he was just like slightly edged you out. Slightly edged you out.
Yeah,
all right, Steve.
I heard the Once Upon a Dream, and I'm like, it was even the instrument that tipped me off. I'm like, I know what this is.
Very well done, Steve. Why don't we get a little score recap here, Justin? I believe we're about the halfway point, so.
Yes, Steve has 3, Lucas and I each have 1, and this is the point at which I usually just kind of give up.
Well,
You have more licensed games than I do.
yeah, Justin, like, if any Nintendoons is your Nintendoons, I'm telling you, this one's yours. But we'll find out here soon enough. Here comes the next track.
Epic Mickey, there's no hope for me.
Oh no!
Obviously, it's the
Oh no!
Is it Hit and Run?
It is the Simpsons Hit and Run. Dang it! I clearly didn't screen my music there. Well done, Lucas. I wanted to get to this one. Because this one still has Simpsons stuff in it. But, you know. Alright. I screwed up there. Lucas.
You Rayman, Eugene. Way to go.
I sure did. Okay, here comes your next track. Yeah, we're gonna go with this one. Oh my god. This might be my favorite one. Here we go.
Is it Home Improvement?
It is not Home Improvement.
Is this one of the Kingdom Hearts games? Dream Drop
not-
Distance or...
It's not Kingdom Hearts.
His name I can't remember.
Ain't Kingdom Hearts nothing. Somebody's gonna get this and they're gonna be real mad.
Is this like
JoJo's
Harry Potter?
Adventure.
It is not Lego Harry Potter. What else was said?
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
That would have been
That would have been really good, actually.
Here's your next track.
It just sounds so mediocre. You said it's good, right? It doesn't sound.
I like it.
What system was it on?
This game appeared on the Nintendo 64.
I could.
Here is your next track. I'm really surprised nobody's gotten this already.
Is this South Park?
No.
You're surprised none of us have gotten this?
Yes! With the audience presented in front of me, yes.
Is this one of us in particular that's really into this thing? Or
Everybody but you basically should be getting this.
everybody but me? Beavis and Butthead.
No,
Is it
Why did they do it in
Ren and Stimpy? Is it Ren and Stimpy?
it is not. Here's your
What else
next
is it?
track.
It's like, is it Power
That
Rangers?
stuff was.
Is it a Power Rangers thing? So it's not Power Rangers, Ren and Stimpy, or whatever that third one is.
Nope,
Attack of the Killer Tomatoes 64.
it is not. Here's another track. I don't think you guys are gonna get this, and it's gonna make you real sad.
God, Eugene, you're gonna stump us on an N64 game, which are 300.
I feel like I get the free pass
Is it
for not
300?
knowing.
What's that?
Is it 364?
It is not. All right, I'm gonna end it here because
Wait. GoldenEye.
no, it is not GoldenEye 64. Okay, guys,
All
I
right.
assume you guys give up at this point.
Yeah.
So you were hearing a bunch of intro music for a bunch of wrestlers because this game was WWF Warzone. Nobody played that game?
Yeah,
No.
the acclaimed game sucked.
Matt Desmond is the one that likes wrestling.
The only good wrestling games in the N64 were the THQ ones.
Nah, that's not true. I like this one was okay. The WCW ones were good too, but I like this one. Okay, Justin. All right, on to our next licensed track. I think this one might go quick, but we're about to find out.
Enter the Matrix. Just getting it out of there.
No.
Is this The Walking Dead?
I
knew that sounded familiar.
Nice.
This is The Walking Dead.
Oh God, I knew it sounded. I love that soundtrack.
Well, crap.
It's
Lucas
good.
And I are right now.
Oh boy.
I'm not gonna do good tonight.
Hey, I'm still sucking compared to usual.
All right.
Should have like 8 points by now.
Luckily, this is our final track, so this is here we go. If Justin gets it, he can force a tiebreaker, which I would not appreciate, but...
Or me and Steve can just take a tie.
No worries there.
Justin, actually, this is probably the one that aside from Epic Mickey, that I would most expect you to get. So there's your first hint. Here we go.
GoldenEye.
No.
Enter the Matrix.
Shadow Man.
No.
Mission Impossible.
Negative.
Austin Powers.
Tom Clancy Splinter Cell.
No.
Which were really good games, by the way.
The world's not enough.
It is not.
Lucas, you said GoldenEye already, right?
I did.
Here's your next track.
The Agent Under Fire, Nightfire, Everything or Nothing.
This is 007 Nightfire.
Okay.
All right. Steve, can we just settle on a tie? I really just want to finish this.
I'm good with it. It doesn't affect the standing.
I'm good with that
no,
too.
it
So then I
does.
don't have
It
to look
puts
for
me and
anything.
Eugene tied for first.
I'm okay with the tie because then I don't have to dig for any music, and I'm feeling generous with my points tonight.
All right.
So
it's
welcome.
Superman versus Flash scenario.
Congratulations, Lucas and Steve, for winning tonight. We have ended our Nintendo section, but
Yay.
that doesn't mean that you can't join in for next week. Go to patreon.com/Infendo Radio and suggest a song, and it will be most likely Steve that will be playing it next week. So with that, we're going to take a little break, and we'll be right back with the question block.
Get question with the question block only on Infendo Radio. Infendo Radio, don't tell your parents.
Shoot.
Infendo does what Nintendo don't. Infendo Radio is live now.
I should use that for this week's bumper.
School's out forever. Infendo Radio is live. Just tell me when to stop. We can appeal to children who hate parents and school. Stay up past your bedtime with Infendo Radio.
All right, give one to the hurricane people. How are they greeted to Infendo Radio?
Infendo Radio, we hate water more than you do.
God, that's amazing. Speaking of, if you're out in North or South Carolina and you're bearing that madness,
Yeah,
we're with you, man.
We have a coworker that whose grandma lost a house. So, and I'm from Florida, so I get it. It's the worst. Please be safe.
For sure.
And we hate water more than you do. So remember that next time you're voting for Podcast of the Year, which is a very real award ceremony that I didn't just make up. Infendo Radio. Tell your parents the dog did it.
Oh God, I do not like the Twitch frown emoji at all.
Is it crazy sad?
Yeah, it's like a robot crying. It's not my jam. Not my jam at all.
Well, it's supposed to be sad. It's not supposed to be pleasant, Eugene.
I mean, you're right. You're right. Gotta put things in perspective.
I'm glad you admit that. Let's move on with our lives.
Can we just all check out my coconut? I love this thing.
Pretty great coconut. Where'd you get that coconut, Eugene? Why don't you tell us a story about it?
I got it in downtown Durango.
That's a lot less exotic than I thought it was going to be.
There was this cool little shop. I don't remember what it's called, but they had all kinds of fancy things. The lady was a little bit talkative, but she was awesome, and she gave us lots of discounts, so that was also cool. But yeah, I love my little coconut.
Almost just played the Simpsons theme.
Did you guys ever do that, like on Ocarina of Time, where you could play like the Simpsons themes and everything, like on the Ocarina by,
I mean, first of all, you pronounced it Ocarina and Ocarina in the same sentence.
I was just covering all my bases, hedging my bets here.
You're gifting and jiffing it. Second, no, I usually just like jammed out to whatever was in my head. I just be like, you know.
This is what I do when I'm stressing at work. I just grab my coconut.
Peaceful.
It's like a fidget cube, but louder.
Man, make that an Infendo video series. Eugene calmly plays coconut music.
Infendo ASMR. Join us at our $15 tier.
$15, Eugene will join you in a private Skype call wherein he will play the coconut for 15 uninterrupted minutes.
Oh, Lord. What up, Sky? Looks like you're joining us for the Hunter's Hub. Welcome. Steve is still pooping or something. I don't know.
Don't worry about it.
No, just don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
I'm going to hide the non-video people, so it's going to hide you, Skyfarer.
Also, hide your wife.
Nice throwback.
Yeah. What is outdated?
I don't know. I still make references to like 25-year-old South Park episodes, so,
If you do that, you're going to have a bad time.
Well done.
Thank you.
Alright, I'm pulling the trigger on the cards.
What cards?
What
He's
card?
buying
The game.
The game.
It's a poker and blackjack game that's coming out on the Switch. It's $5. It's got 5-card draw, Texas Hold'em, all my favorites. So.
Ooh, did you guys ever play on the DS? What was it called? It was called like it had a bunch of card games and everything. It was part of the shit. I gotta look it up now. Hold on. DS
Hold the phone.
Game. I know it was part of one of the Nintendo series. Clubhouse games. Did you guys ever play Clubhouse games?
I don't think so.
Oh my god. It was part of the Touch Generation series. If you guys can find it, like used or something, get it. It was amazing. Clubhouse games had like poker, it had like roulette, it had so many games. It had Chinese checkers, it had like blackjack, it had sevens, it had Old Maid, it had like billiards on it even, it had bowling and darts. Oh my god, Clubhouse games. And it had online when that was a thing.
I'm
it was amazing.
Really nervous because in my JoJo's game, I'm pretty sure part of the story mode you actually have to play poker. And first of all, I don't know how to play poker anymore. Second of all, the game is in Japanese. So.
Do you know how to play Yahtzee?
Nope.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say because
Lucas,
Yahtzee.
you don't know how to play Yahtzee?
I don't really do card games.
But Yahtzee's a dice
game.
I mean, that tells you what I know about Yahtzee.
I love Yahtzee, Lucas. How are we friends?
Well,
you like anime?
I
I
love
don't.
poker.
You don't like Yahtzee? I do. I mean, we've got nothing in common.
the last time you played Yu-Gi-Oh! Was in a fast play.
Oh
Okay,
God.
now it just sounds like Majora's Mask. Like, seriously,
Ukulele.
pull up Adalwa's theme. That was pretty damn close.
All right, we're bringing it back. Bringing it back. Bringing it back. Bringing it back. Bringing it into the show. Why are we still talking about this? All right, we're gonna bring it back to question block. That was a fun Nintendoons. I'm a little sad that Lucas won because now he's tied with me. But next week I'm gonna come storming back. So let me make a note here.
Nintendoons.
You're the only one.
Hi, Kitty. Question block. All right, I'm gonna bring us in. Oh, I need audio. Good thing Steve provided that. Here it is. Let me just level it first. How's our level?
Good.
Pretty
Ooh, I like this one.
Good choice on song. This is one of the good ones.
Well, I saw the word Quarp and I was intrigued.
Oh, is this Quarp Drive 2X?
Yeah. What the heck is Quarp Drive?
It's just one of the common themes that they use. Anytime you see a 2X in the song title, it's a remake of a song from the original game, but it's the 2X version.
Hey, buddy, don't ask about Quarp. Don't worry about it.
All right, y'all. We're bringing it back into the show. I am starting the music, and then we'll be coming into question block. Oh, there's 2 question block questions, so I'm just going to throw them at whoever I feel like. So everybody get your show notes open and be fucking ready.
Cool.
Hey, you need to put a peek in there.
Here we go.
Ready for adventure!
All right, we are ready for adventure. We are going to come into this question block. It is time, because last week we didn't have a question block, so was missing out last week, so I'm glad that Schnazzy One has brought the goods. Steve, why don't you read what Schnazzy One brought to the table for us? You like how I did that?
Yeah, I do. You like how I may or may not be stalling for our audio listeners? Alright, so Schnazzy One asks, what is the move you spam in Smash? That's easy. It's Pikachu's Thunder. Or Donkey Kong's Bongo move. Those are the 2 that I use the most.
Let's see. I forgot about the Thunderbolt. Whichever one comes down from above. Yeah, I'll spam that one. The one where Donkey Kong just pounds on the ground.
Yep. Yeah, the bongo move.
Mm-hmm.
That's how you get your trophies in that trophy mode on Smash 4.
Yes.
It's you get one person on this side of the stage, one on this side, and you just spam that bongo move to get all the trophies and stuff.
And Toon Link's downward smash the sword, where he comes straight down with the sword.
Okay, you guys are all wrong. The real answer is the B button for Roy, where he goes, and then you hold it until he is right about to explode and hurts himself. The other answer is the C stick for Mr. Game & Watch, because it puts out the fire matchstick, and it's amazing.
You newbie noobs. How I pity you. I don't taunt attacks in Smash because I'm not a plebe. I spam taunt in Smash. And I have one in particular that I love, and that's Pit's The Fight Is On, because you can spam it about once a second. So if you get into a particularly enjoyable fight, you can just keep screaming, "The fight is on! The fight is on! The fight is on!" Then when they get close, you hit them and knock them away. Then you go, "The fight is on! The fight is on! The fight is on!" That's how you spam it.
Oh, see, now if we're talking about spamming taunts, see,
it's obviously Fox's, come on!
No, Sonic's You're Too Slow.
Oh, no, I hate that one. No.
Lucas, that's what you're going to spam in Smash Ultimate.
Oh, yeah.
Anything Jigglypuff.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of right answers here, because like there are a lot of really spammy moves, and if we're gonna go, broaden that into taunts, there's some taunts that'll really piss you off.
Wii Fit Trainer is really good for taunt spamming, because like she's just like, let's tighten those glutes. Come on, keep going. Let's work on those legs. Like it's just like this belittling kind of tone that just makes you hate her.
Yeah, I don't know that I really have anything else to add to this one aside from that. You really shouldn't be using the C stick. come on, guys. What are you doing with your lives?
Oh, but now you can charge the C-stick, so, it's even better now.
But you could do that in Melee, too.
No, Melee you could. Melee you had to direction and A to charge a smash. I think Brawl allowed you to charge a C-stick.
I never used the C-stick, and I know it's supposed to be better. I know we're totally breaking the question here. No, it's supposed to be better, but I've never been a C-stick person. I like to just directional input and hold the button.
That's how I do it, too.
That does it for me.
Mm-hmm. I was more of that way as well. The only C-stick characters that I'll use are like, Roy and Mr. Game & Watch, because it's just they have like such quick moves that like you almost want it to just be like a real tap move. But I don't know. Maybe that makes me a plebe. It must. I know it does. But what also makes me a plebe is that I haven't downloaded the Nintendo. What also makes me a plebe is that I haven't downloaded the Nintendo Online service. So Steve, as one of the only people who has, why don't you read Minus's question as well?
Okay.
The fight is on.
What? God. What NES title would you like to see show up on Nintendo Switch Online? I've got a couple. I'm not going to do one. I'm going to do three. I want to see Little Nemo the Dream Master, because I never got to finish that game, and save states would make it so much easier. And that one could happen, because I think it's I don't know. It's Acclaim that does that, I think. Fester's Quest is another one that I want to see, just because I love that game. Monster Party is the one. So same reasons. Save states. That game is tough as balls. It would be so nice to play that game with save states, not on an emulator where it's
I'm gonna go a different direct. Oh, sorry.
No, that was it.
Oh, I was just going to say, I'm going to go a different direction. Similar, though, in that I don't care about the save states as much as that I want a game that is going to give me the online. So, with that in mind, I want to play co-op so bad in, like, Super Strike Volleyball and the Nintendo World Cup. Like, there was a dual combo pack that came with that. I played that all the time with my cousins and everything. It was so fun.
Yeah, you got me so excited that we were going to have the same answer. And mine's a pipe dream. It'll never happen, but if there's any game I want to do online multiplayer with, it's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game.
Yeah, please, but that's never going to happen, unfortunately. But yeah, so all of my answers are because related to the online service and or the like pass the controller mode type of thing, because I think that's interesting as well. So give me those multiplayer type stuff like Blades of Steel, all that fun stuff that I remember playing. But if we're talking like past the controller type of mode, like I think it'd be really cool to play like original Zelda with everybody. I know that's already on there, but I don't think Zelda 2 is, right? So, and I know that game is really hard, so I think that would be really interesting and like, okay, you died, it's my turn now type of mode,
Yeah.
I don't really love NES games that much. Like, they're okay. They're not my favorites. Kid Icarus is obviously one of my favorite games. I'd like to see that make it. I would like to get Mysterious Monosunny Castle again, because I never really got to beat that on 3DS. And I guess Mario 3, because that's like the best NES game, but that's kind of a given. Because
Mario 3 is on there.
Is it already out? Sweet. What about Mario 2?
No. We got Super Mario Brothers and Mario 3.
Then I'll take Mario 2, because that's the only classic Mario game I've never beaten. But yeah, I like Mario 3. I'm glad to hear that's out already. Maybe I'll download that tonight.
Sorry.
What were you thinking?
I was reading the chat. No, I was reading the chat on a completely unrelated note, so that doesn't belong here.
Also, I will say that the NES Simpsons games are pretty cool. I know the chances of getting those are about the chances of getting Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but I would play Bart's Nightmare. I would play that. So.
And I know this isn't really the question, but the other thing I want to see from Switch Online is Super Nintendo games added to the queue. Mainly because I want, or Quay, however we say it here at Infendo. I want to see Donkey Kong Country 1, 2, and 3 eventually make the service. Not because we haven't had them 18 times already, but because then I could play online with you guys. There's a, co-op.
Yeah. See, you say Super Nintendo, I want Game Boy. I want to be able to play some old Game Boy games like Pokemon and Dragon Quest Monsters.
That would be cool.
And I want to play those with other people. So I want to log into Pokemon Red with you, and we both play through the game, we both get a team, and then we can play online together. Like,
that'd be cool.
Bring that up. We gotta see Game Boy games.
They've already got the compatibility in 3DS too.
What if we could play Oracles together, Steve? Like, let's do that. Let's make that happen.
Hey, as long as we're going off track a little bit, I want to see Super Game Boy games with the color palettes implemented.
So like Donkey Kong Land, but with the color scheme and the border and everything.
Right.
I'm really hoping that the fact that this is kind of like a built-in online thing means they're just going to keep building it up from now until the end of time. It's going to be a thing on the Switch 2 and the Switch U3, which is a thing for some reason, and all the other systems that come out after that. And we're just going to be able to keep getting a library of games on it. That would be good.
If all it is NES games, it's a wasted opportunity.
Well, yeah, and it could be NES games for the first 3 years, but it has to evolve eventually.
Right. Well, I mean, and pretty much the only thing, because I can play all these games on my NES Classic, Super NES Classic. The only thing that really makes it interesting for me is the online. So, yeah. And portability, I guess.
I like the pass the controller feature too, even if it's not directly playing online with another person. I like the fact that Eugene and I can go in and be like, all right, let's co-op some Zelda. And just
that's such a cool ability. And it's funny that nobody's really done that before. Nintendo is kind of pioneering this in a sense. So,
because I understand it, which is good.
All right. Well, thank you, Minus64. Thank you, Schnazzy One. Thank you for everybody who's provided questions over the time of Infendo Radio on Patreon. You can, too, by going to patreon.com/Infendo Radio and joining us at the $3 tier. So, we are going to take a break. We're going to be right back with Change the System, and we're going to talk about all the games we've been playing.
The fight is on. 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 You're too slow. The fight is on.
If you want Lucas to learn how to play Yahtzee, that's going to be next month's $10 tier. I don't know.
Okay, no, see, here's the problem with that, though. Mine wasn't vote for Steve to play this game. Vote for one of us to play this game.
I'll play Yahtzee.
It has to be one of us learns a game that we've never played before or something.
That they have no interest.
So Lucas learns Yahtzee, Eugene learns, I don't know, Sonic Party.
Minecraft.
Yeah, Minecraft.
Oh,
that's a good one.
That's a little bit pricier though to get him into. Although
also bordering on personal reasons for not playing it, so maybe a little dangerous. Yeah, we could do that. Well, hey, if you have a suggestion,
what do we torture Justin with?
Guys, I'm throwing this out there for you. If you're listening to this, if you have a suggestion for our next poll, we think them up on the spot now. So if you want to suggest something as a poll, throw it out there.
Well, it's funny you say that because Andy in the Twitch he wrote for $10 next time Lucas will enter a live poker competition and record it.
There you go. That might be a little costly. I think it's an entry fee for that, but.
Okay, are we ready to roll it back into Change the System?
Let's roll it back.
I'm going to take the silence as a yes. I love this coconut.
Clearly we have different definitions of silence.
Oh, yeah.
That on air?
Oh, yeah.
My feet still hurt, just in case anybody was curious.
My feet.
Steve didn't hear your story.
Yeah.
What'd you do? Step on a beehive?
Basically, I mowed over one wasp nest, which is probably underground, and got stung about a dozen times from the knee down both legs.
Ow!
Yeah. So, luckily I'm not allergic, or I mowed
over a wasp nest once. I ran like a little bitch down the street. I don't do bees.
I didn't even know that it had happened until I'm like, my leg hurts. What's happening? Oh my god!
Personally, I prefer the air.
All right, rolling it back in. We're going to be talking, we're not going to be talking. Of course we're going to be talking, but we're going to be playing this music here.
On a podcast? Really? Are you sure?
Ooh. How's it love?
I told you, it's a good soundtrack. It's good.
It is a good soundtrack. I like it. I'm digging
crank
it.
Crank that shit up. I love the soundtrack. Spike the mic.
Spike the mic. All right, let's do it. I'm going to roll us in with the music, and away we go. All right, we're back. It's changed the system time, y'all. I'm gonna go last this time because I'm not sure how long mine is gonna be. So who wants to take first? What have y'all been playing this week?
I'll go first. I'm gonna start with the game that I started playing this morning, courtesy of a review code. Due to embargo, I can't give my final score or final impressions, but we did get a review code for Velocity 2X. I was going to be nice and give it to one of these three, and then I decided, screw it, I've already bought this game once before. I'm just and if somebody else wants to review it with me, I'll buy them a copy, no big deal.
Spoiler alert, he loves it.
Yeah, Velocity 2X is awesome. They did a really good job porting it to the Switch. It did have 3 different DLC things you could that you could buy. Excuse me, you can't borrow DLC. That's not how that works.
Not yet, anyway. Stay tuned.
Yeah, I know, right? That's Nintendo Switch Online too.
Yeah.
It does appear to come with the DLC. At least my copy of the game did. So I assume that's not a review code thing, because I don't think that's how they work. It's a really good game. They've optimized it for Switch. It plays at the full 1080p 60 frames a second on TV. It plays at a full 720p 60 frames a second in handheld, which on a game of this style you really need. It's a very reflex speed-based game, and when you're playing games like that, if you don't have a solid frame rate, they don't go well for you because you just can't get the moves done fast enough. And it plays really smooth. There haven't been any glitches that I've seen so far. We can't do daily challenges yet because I assume that won't launch until tomorrow when the game goes live. The game does come out tomorrow. It's well worth it. I think they're selling it for $20, but I'm not sure on that. It's the music that you guys have been hearing on tonight's show or this episode if you're listening to the produced version. Is music from this game. I featured it on Nintendo before. If you can't tell, I'm a fan of the game. So I almost gave away my score right there. But yeah.
That's awesome. So to be clear, you've already played this to completion on the Wii U, right?
Previously it was available on the PlayStation Vita and PS4.
Oh, it's not?
And then they also ported it to Xbox and PC.
Oh, I thought it was a Wii U game. Oh, I'm thinking of Fast Racing Neo, I think, actually.
Right. Yeah. I did play it to completion on going to PlayStation.
You complete it to completion.
I can't talk tonight.
And you got the bonus coins.
The bonus coins.
Coin cost.
But yeah, basically what it is, it's a cross between... it's got one section where it's like a shoot 'em up, that you have to warp yourself over barriers, and you have to do the levels kind of quickly, or you can die, or there's like rankings that you can get for each of the levels, and that's only half of it. There are times where you get out of your ship and you play a side-scrolling shooter-style game, kind of like Contra, if you will. But you also have that same warp mechanic, and then there's various abilities you unlock throughout the game, like a bomb that you can shoot sideways on your ship. There's a sliding thing that you can get for your human player. It has kind of a Metroid-style upgrade system like that, where you gain new abilities as the game progresses. The DLC levels are awesome. There's one where you go from controlling one ship to controlling 2. So your ships will start out like this, and when you move the directional area in one direction, they'll actually move in opposite directions from each other. And you still have to warp forward and backward and shoot and do all that kind of stuff while you're actually controlling 2 ships. The second section of DLC levels is all based on speed, so if you're not maxing out your speed the entire level, you will not finish the level. And I can't remember what the third one is. So,
Hope that was the only game you've been playing.
it's the one I wanted to talk about, because the other 2 games I've been playing are the same 2 games I've been playing for weeks now. We just did HR4 and Monster Hunter, and
God, what?
That's high rank.
And I just finished yet another adventure mode map in Hyrule Warriors, as far as getting all the weapons and costumes out of it. I now have 2 adventure mode maps left.
You guys are monsters.
He's doing good.
So, I've already put
I'm proud of my little Stevie.
What did we say, Lucas? 50 hours already in Monster Hunter? I don't know how that happened.
Something like that. It goes quick because you start playing at like 10, and then all of a sudden it's like 4 a.m. and you're like, okay, I guess I better sleep.
The other thing that shocked the hell out of me is I actually looked at my play times for the first time in a few weeks. I'm at 50 hours in Monster Hunter. I am at 220 hours in Hyrule Warriors. That is disgusting.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
I'm at like 125.
Wow.
That's good.
So that's...
I don't even know if I'm at 20 hours in Hyrule Warriors. My lord, dude.
If all you did was the story, probably not.
Yeah. Goodness gracious.
I haven't even finished the story. I mean, I finished the story once, but...
And you thought we were exaggerating when we said that the story is not the bulk of the game.
So Velocity 2X, for those of you that want to read my review, I'm putting it together tonight. It'll go live. I think I'm going to do it at 10 a.m. Mountain Time tomorrow, just because I can't remember what the exact embargo time is, but I know it's after that. So
very nice. All right, Justin, why don't you take next? What have you been playing?
I have been playing Home Improvement, and and no, I don't mean the Super Nintendo game. Long story short, we decided to put down new laminate flooring in our dining room and living room. We tore the dining room apart, started the project. We were supposed to do both of them in one weekend, and one room took the whole weekend. And so I haven't had a whole lot of relaxation time to play very many games. I have played a little bit here and there. Nothing's really jumping to mind. Basically the same old, Breath of the Wild's here and Donkey Kong Country 3 there, and kind of odds and ends like that. So I really don't have anything new to talk about this week. So I did just purchase the card on the Switch eShop, so I'll let you know what I think of that. Oh, you know what I have been playing, speaking of card games? I dug out my Game Boy Micro and put that on the charger and pulled out my World Poker Tour cartridge, and I've been carrying that around with me and playing it on bathroom breaks and spare time. So,
my mom played so much of that game.
Whenever I have a 5 to 15 minute interval of doing nothing, I'll pull out my Game Boy Micro and...
So when you're pooping.
And I'm playing hands of Texas Hold'em. And it's funny because it really takes me back. For those of you who don't know, I used to work at Disney World, and I was a custodian in Animal Kingdom. And I mean, when Animal Kingdom was a slow park. So there were days where I would walk through my whole area and sweep up all the trash, walk back through and have nothing else to do. And so I'd sneak into a restroom, pull out my Game Boy and play like a full game of Texas Hold'em on my Game Boy Micro, for 10, 15 minutes while I waited for something to do. And
waited for more popcorn to hit the ground.
Right, exactly. So it's funny the weird Pavlovian response I get to playing this game again for probably the first, playing it on the Micro anyway for the first time in about a decade. So
you're sitting in the bathroom and you hit 10 minutes. You're like, oh god, I gotta go sweep the floor.
Oh god, I used to take naps in that bathroom. It was like a backstage bathroom of a restaurant that was usually closing by the time I would get there. So I'd just go in there, lock the door, and
sounds like a pretty fulfilling job.
But anyway, I'm going off on a tangent here. I haven't really played a whole lot that was new and exciting. Oh, I did play Mario Party. Not any of the new Mario Parties. My kids were interested in playing Mario Party, so since I don't, so I went through and pulled out my GameCube games, and we played a round of Mario Party 5. I still think 5 is one of my favorite Mario Party games because I love the capsules. I love that, you just get these free items and you pay for them when you use them. And
remind me which one 5 is again?
GameCube.
GameCube.
It was the second one on the GameCube.
Okay.
And,
It was the first one I ever
right
played.
after 4 and before.
Yeah, funny how that works. Although with Super Mario Party, they're gonna totally throw off the numbering system.
It's a reboot to the franchise. Forget about it.
Yeah, so playing Mario Party 5 with my kids is really enticing me to get Super Mario Party. Especially since they're offering a double gold coin bonus for pre-purchase. That's what sucked me into Mario Tennis Aces. But anyway, that's my most uneventful gaming week.
Fair enough. All right. Well, I'm going to toss it over to... Well, I was going to toss it over to Lucas, but I think I'm going to toss it over to Rowlett. What have you been playing, little guy?
Not much. He just eats his fruit all day. It never seems to go away. So fun fact before we get started, we used to play Mario Party 5 all the time, and we had a stupid voice for the capsule machine guy that we used to do.
Oh, God.
So every time you get a capsule, we'd be like, "Who would you make a capsule? Who would you make a capsule?" That was just like our inside joke. It's stupid now, but it was funny to us in our early 30s back when we used to play that game. So
I still love the sound that it makes, the bloop 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 bloop. And
exactly. It's so stupid.
One of these days, I'm going to use that for the bumper in between.
Yes.
Is nobody going to make a comment that Lucas said in his early 30s?
Yeah, I was questioning that.
But anyway, I have basically the entire first row of Switch games to talk about, so let's do this. I have been playing the arcade game, Monkey King, Master of the Clouds, because I got it on a whim, and I was like, I have an NES controller, that'll be fun. It is fun. I like it a lot. You should play it. I'm currently ranked 12 on Switch. So that's probably because not that many people bought it. It's a good game, though. You should try it. I finished The Walking Dead by Telltale. I cried. It was a good game.
My God, me too.
My emotions, man. I'm like, take the gun, Clam.
No, spoil. All right, I'm out.
Take that to your
I knew.
Give me some sort of high sign when it's safe.
Okay. And I'm like, pick up the gun, Clem. She's like, I don't want to. And I'm like, you gotta get out of the city, Clem. And it was beautiful. You may re-enter the room, Justin. Come to us.
Okay. And the reason why I'm stopping you is because I just bought season 1.
Ooh, okay.
You absolutely need to play it, and I'm just gonna say it. Lon Lon Ranch is a pretty cool place to visit when you're there. But besides that, it's a solid game. So go check it out.
I bought it for my fiance because she's really gotten into choose your own adventure games on her phone, and she introduced me to The Walking Dead. So I'm like, here's the best of both worlds. So
yeah,
I'm planning on playing it myself one of these days, and comparing all right, what decisions did you make, what happened, whatnot.
All right, Lucas, next game.
Well, for what it's worth, I just want to say real quick with that, I don't really like the show much. I thought the show started sucking around the time the Deadman died. Spoiler alert. So for somebody who doesn't like the show, I think it's a top-notch game, so give it a try.
It's way better
the next
than
game
the show.
I've been playing is Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition, and it is fun to be playing a Final Fantasy game again. As somebody who never played 15, I have no qualms with playing the Pocket version. It just reminds me of the 3DS games. I like it a lot. I think the writing is top-notch. I'm playing it in English, which should say something, because I don't like English voice acting. These guys are really good at what they do. Not too far in that, though. Only an hour or two. The other 2 games that I've put a lot of time into on my Switch are Mega Man Legacy Collection, Part 1, I guess, and Mega Man 11, the demo version. I am almost done with 4, but I forgot how evil the final boss in 4 is. That's going to be a trial. Mega Man 11, I have a lot of good things to say about it and a lot of bad. The good things, it seems to have borrowed a lot from Mighty No. 9 in the best of ways, because the voice acting is really solid, the game design is solid. The designs for Mega Man, now when he transforms into a different suit, he actually changes his look. He doesn't just get a new color, which is really cool. I'm hoping there's some Mega Man 11 representation in Smash, although I doubt it. The downsides are that visually it looks a little weird because it's like a new Super Mario Bros. Style looking kind of game. So do with that what you will. Also, the level is ridiculously long for a Mega Man game, to the point where it's really challenging to get through the whole level in the demo. But the demo's out there. You should go try to beat What's-His-Face so you can get the What's-It power up. And the last game that I've been playing, which is the one I'm the most excited for, but is not a Nintendo game, is, as you all know by now, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is my favorite anime and manga. And I got Eyes of Heaven, which is a PS3 exclusive It is a Japanese exclusive if you want to play it on the PS3. I don't own a PS4, so I imported a copy, and my God, it's such a good game. Like, you'd have to be a fan of the show and the books to enjoy it. Like, I'm willing to say that flat out. But as far as, like, fan games go for series like that, it is top of its class. Like, there's just so many little hidden things that they threw in that represent, like, every arc, even the ones that don't even have shows yet, like 7 and 8. Like in part 2, in one of the scenes, they fight on these like spikes, and only the guys from that actual part can like walk on the spikes. The rest take damage. Like all these little things like that are just so well thought out that like I fanboy squeal every time I play it because it's so much fun. But that has been receiving the majority of my attention. When I'm not playing Monster Hunter with Galatrad and Phantom and Steve, which has become my core Monster Hunter groupies, I'm at 75 hours in that game.
Damn.
So, yeah, we play that game a lot.
We play like every other night at least.
When we're not playing that, we're all hanging out on a call playing our own separate games, and that's usually when I'm JoJoing. But yeah, no, we've been playing a lot of Monster Hunter.
So I guess an update. I was just going to say, an update from last week, Phantom, they're still playing the game.
Oh yeah, he's probably the most casual of the four of us, the most likely to drop off once the main campaign is done. But he seems to be enjoying it a lot. I know Galatrad likes it. He's great for online games because he likes to fill the role of characters that haven't already been taken. Sure. He's been using the hunting horn, which is basically like the buff. He's like the bard of our group.
Mm-hmm. It's been fun to me because I've been playing as the cat, which I've never gotten to do.
Yeah, Steve's been swapping between the cat and the dual blade. So either way, he's quick and agile, and that's like his whole thing. Yeah. I've taken up a new role that I've never really done in a Monster Hunter game. I'm like the heavy, the tank. Like I use the gun lance, giant shield with like a shotgun lance kind of thing. And it's a blast, no pun intended. Wow, that was horrible. Way too much.
To be fair, if you're playing Monster Hunter by yourself, it's a very difficult game to get into. But if you do have a core group that you're playing with or can play with regularly, you're really going to get a lot out of that game.
And that's the thing. I think that we've been talking about it a little bit off the show, and I think that kind of, I know my time is well past up, but that's kind of the thing that identifies Monster Hunter to me as like a really solid game, is you play it and the game is there and the game matters, but more than that is the time that you're spending with these other friends and the commitment that you put into it long term, and the fact that you come back to it night after night. Like that's what's so valuable about that game. It's missing from so many other games. It really strengthens relationships and like fosters bonds. So I can't say enough about Monster Hunter. I talk about it every week, but it's a good game. That's all I got to say about that. Yeah.
And now it's
still a great game. Yeah, now it's prettier. So that's nice.
And not in Japanese.
It's getting representation in Smash, so that's exciting too. Really hope we get a character to go along with that.
Oh, they have to. Come on, right?
I'm waiting to see if it's going to be Monster Hunter or Palico, because it's got to be one of those.
It'll be Monster Hunter, and it'll
what
be
if it was? What if it was?
I want it to be Palico so
it's like a
bad.
Cat running around with bombs and stuff.
Lucas, can you record all these voices for all the
We're recording right now, dog.
Samus, Dark Samus.
That'll
be the $25 tier.
Yeah, shoot.
Gentus.
All right, well, I'm going to butt right in here with my change to the system. I didn't do a whole lot of changing of any gaming this weekend, or this week, rather. I did put some time into Dead Cells. I'm not going to go too far into that one because a review should be coming up here within the week. I'm so close to getting everything. I've got all the runes. I've got, like, almost all the items. So I'm basically just working on all of the rare items because there's this item that you can get in the game where you could basically buff up one of the characters to an elite, which are basically more powerful versions of them, and then it gives you more of a chance to get a rare item. But so that's really cool. What's up?
one of our listeners, Corky Dog, was talking in the Discord earlier today about being at like the final boss and not quite being able to get through it or something. So should hit him up, give him some pro tips.
Okay, yeah, definitely. I guess my advice then would be to buff up, if you haven't already, your health all the way. I know it's a lot of souls, but that will definitely help to not have to start off at such a low health. But other than that, it's we'll talk, Corky Dog. We'll talk.
That's something I do in Hyrule Warriors.
Right?
Pretty much,
but
yeah.
Still loving Dead Cells. It's great. I was talking to some people in I believe the Discord at some point about how I'm starting to discover that the game has got branching paths a lot like a Star Fox would. So like in the second level, I forget what it's called. It's called like something of the Condemned. But you can go to a shortcut type thing, and which will take you to a much harder version. A much harder level. But if you can get past that level, you're basically right at the end of the game. So that's really cool.
I love that.
Yeah. So it's really great. I love it a lot. Still enjoying it, but the majority of my time was actually spent playing Pokemon Go, and I do want to talk about that because I know I talk about it pretty much every week, but this week this last week they started introducing the legendaries into raids that were previously exclusive raids, I guess, for a week at a time or whatever. But anyway, I'm sorry.
I heard.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah,
yes, that's the new EX raid. So that's replacing Mewtwo for that. So you actually have to get invited to that. But so they're gonna be releasing Mewtwo soon if they haven't already into the regular raid rotation. But
I think he's out.
It might be out already. I know this last weekend all of the legendary birds, so like your Articunos, your Zapdos, and your Moltres, those were available in raid. So we ended up catching a bunch of those. It was fun, man. We were in Durango this weekend, so we were out of town. It's always fun playing Pokemon Go in a place that you don't know. Because then you can go walk around and then see the sights, and then okay, I'm spinning this spinny. What is it? You kind of read the description on it and everything, and yeah, I loved it. It was fun. It was fun times.
Washington D.C. is like the best.
Mm-hmm.
So much fun there.
I bet, because then you can view what the I'm sure all the monuments are like Pokestops and stuff.
Like every building is like a historical monument. So like you go to like the National Bank and the National Printing Center, and like you're like, oh, look at that, that's one too. Look at that over there. It's
I was really hoping to have a chance to open mine up when I was at Disney World, but I just never had the time.
Sure. But yeah, so
I imagine that's a great place to play it too.
Yeah, dude. I know we talked about it last week about how Pokemon Go is a thing again. Like people are playing, people are active again. And I have to say that Niantic is really starting to get it into gear. Like as soon as the friend update started rolling out, what was that, like 3 months ago? Every week there's been something else going on. So like there's a new set of Pokemon out or something, or there's like a new community day. Like recently, oh man, I didn't think I was gonna hit my timer. Recently, right? Recently they've been having a lot of Gen 1 Pokemon, but like the ones that are more common are like the ones that were uncommon back then, like back when Gen 1 first rolled around. So like Laprases are a little bit more common, and Grimers are a little bit more common, and Coughings and stuff like that. So I'm stocking my Pokédex and stocking up my candies and everything with some of the more rare candies, and I'm just having a really good time.
Rare candies, you say?
And there are rare candies if you do raids. I had like 20 rare candies and I used them all on my Lapras. I was so excited. Oh, guys, it's so good. I love this game a lot, but I can understand why it would suck for a Lucas and a Justin, and that makes me so sad.
Filthy casual.
I'm just lazy. That's all there is to it.
No. It's not just about the... It's not just a casual aspect. Like I can walk outside my house and like get a gym,
I just don't want to have to drive
to even get
exactly.
Yeah, I don't want to have to drive to play Pokemon Go. It's not safe. I don't want to do it anymore. Like I don't want to drive with the phone.
Right. Yeah, no, I'm in the same boat, man, because I'm not in the same boat. I wish you were in my boat, because like I can walk out and I can go take over a gym, right down the road and get my 50 coins for the day, so then I can actually not have to spend real physical money on the game.
Oh, that's cute. You take over one gym and you get 50 coins. That's adorable.
You should join in.
Yeah,
buddy.
Us on Team Instinct, we take over a gym and we
You
get.
take over. I've taken over 4 gyms in one area and lost all 4 of them in 5 minutes. Okay, like, it's
5 minutes. That's a long time.
Yeah, I know. I was excited. I got like 1 coin.
Look, Valor GTFO. All right, let's go. All right.
GTFO.
We've made it to our change the system timer. That is the end of my time. I guess the only other thing I want to touch on that I kind of played was some VR games. Well, you know what? No, never mind. I'm going to talk about that next week because I want to give it more time because I haven't really put much time into those games. So we'll table that for now. Okay. So, we've made it, y'all. We're at the end. It is time to get out of here, but not before you hear me plug in, because that's one of my favorite things to do, y'all. Please, please, please go to Infendo.com and do all the things. We would appreciate it if you, at the very least, went into the community tab and, added us as friends on Switch. Maybe we can play some games with you. If you're feeling even squirrelier, you can add your friend code to the table, and then, we can all play games together. Throw your Pokemon Go code in there. I'll throw you some gifts. I do that all the time. Justin can attest to that.
The only reason I have Pokeballs is, all my friends sending me gifts. So
right.
Thank you, everyone. I'm sorry I don't give back, but
GIFs. Soft G.
Shoot. If you're already on Infendo.com anyways, why the heck don't you go ahead and click on that Support Infendo button and go to our Patreon? You can go and throw us $1 a month, maybe $2 a month if you want to suggest a Nintendo's game for the next week's show. But yeah, toss us some money on Patreon if you love us. Even if you don't, you can go check out all the stuff that's going on over there. The final thing I'm going to plug, though, is our Twitch, because if you're watching us live right now, thank you very much. We appreciate that. Hit that little heart button, because we love you, number 1. But number 2, that's how you can follow us, so then you can get notified of when we go live and everything like that. And man, we're on our quest to 40 followers, and we're like halfway there, so we really, really, really appreciate that. So let's get to 40 followers, or actually 50 followers rather, so then we can, hit our next Twitch goal. All right, so I've said enough. I'm going to get out of here, but not before you follow me on @InfendoEugene on Twitter. You can also follow @Infendo on Twitter and find all the things that we're doing there. Where can the people find you, Justin?
You can find me on Twitter @InfendoJustin. If you're interested in something I've spoken about a lot tonight, apparently, Disney World, Disney Parks, go to @Utilidork and follow that. There's a website that I will someday write in again. Today is not that day, but if you're interested enough to do some writing for me, send me a message over there.
Nice. Steve, where are you morphing to these days?
Oh, yeah. You can find me @Gentis1 on Twitter with my awesome profile picture that Lucas made me. that Justin probably could have made me too. And you can also find my review of Velocity 2X tomorrow morning over on Infendo.com.
Awesome. I like how you brought Lucas up, but then you brought him right back down right at the end.
He's like, check out that awesome thing Lucas made. Honestly,
because I realized Justin has basically the same picture, and I suck at Photoshop, so there's that.
Lucas, why don't you tell the people what you suck at?
Well, you can follow me at my Twitter, which is @ChromaticHue, all one word, which Steve does, which is cool. But, anyone can follow me on Twitter. So. Other than that, you can visit me at my website, which is ChromaticHue.com. See the theme? We're going for a theme now. So feel free to check that out. Nothing has changed since last week, but that's because I live my life and I'm a busy person.
And Steve has visited the website, but you could too, just as easily.
Steve visited, but you could go. Have you actually visited? Because if you haven't now, I'm calling you out live on
Yeah, I've visited.
Okay,
I visited twice. Once before and once after.
Well, thank you. So you visited when it was a salad site, and now it's not a salad site. I appreciate that. It means a lot. But yeah, check out my website. I will be posting stuff there as stuff happens, and that is also going to be the new site of my dev blog. Now that my Patreon is gone, which actually needs to get pulled tonight, so I will be pulling that tonight for all of you who have been patrons. Thank you for that. If you want to download the game, tonight is the last chance to do that, so go check that out.
Very nice. Very nice. All right. Well, thank you one and all for being with us. Patron or not, Twitch or podcast, we love you one and all. We will see you guys next week for our 461st episode. And kisses until then. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Peace.
Hard to believe we've been doing this show for 461 weeks.
It's amazing.
That actually puts us longer than certain other big websites shows.
That's a lot of weeks.
You know,
You know
we forgot to talk about this week? The PlayStation Classic.
Well, I mean, multiple reasons why we wouldn't talk about it. I feel like the primary being that it's a PlayStation.
Right, but it's clearly riding the coattails of Nintendo and Sega's classic.
I'm with whoever that was on the Discord or in Twitter or whatever who was like, forget PlayStation, give me a Dreamcast classic. Like,
yes.
That I would play.
My favorite thing I saw on the PlayStation Classic was, why does it not come with a USB cable? Or a power cable?
Because nothing does anymore.
About that one. But I've got to figure it out. Nintendo's not doing one, so Sony's like, hey, we're going to copy them down to the letter. They're not including a power cable.
Wait, let me get this straight, because I've never heard of this before. The NES Classic doesn't come with a power cable?
It only does in North America. In every other region, and this is actually not atypical anymore, in every other region it comes with a USB cable, but not the power block
plug. Yeah,
most people have one of these things that is that charges multiple things at once. So
their TV has one built in.
Right, which is what I used to power my classic editions off of until I reconfigured my setup.
I don't know if I'd be able to use my TV with a NES Classic if that was the case, because I don't think mine has any USB functionality.
Most of them do, but
mine's pretty little.
Well, you would be.
I don't think it does.
You would be all set if you got the North American one, anyways. Because again, that one actually does come.
And even if you didn't, I imagine you own a cell phone.
I own a way to plug it into the wall, but what's up with the TV part?
No, that's all you need. You just need the USB to plug into a little USB pluggy thing.
Yeah.
But then what happens with the plugging it into the TV?
HDMI.
So it comes with an HDMI cable.
Yeah, that it comes with. It's the power USB one doesn't come.
Okay.
This is weird. Why don't they just come with all the cables? Good night, everybody.
Yeah, well, I was just going to say, Twitch, we love you. Thank you very much for being here. If you're watching us on the later on YouTube, hit that like button. Subscribe to us. If you're still watching us on Twitch, we love you. Favorite us this video. Good night.
Okay.